You are now tuned in to Peach State TV, where any gym is home. www.peachstatehoops.com. Enjoy the show.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the JumpOffPlusToday.com show. It's your host, Kyle Moore. I'm here with Peach State Basketball CEO, Brandon Clay. We're here at the May Day Challenge with the wrap-up episode. Brandon, how do you think the event went overall?
I thought it was great. Just tried to make sure that we had good players in the building, as we always do. Good turnout, organized. Nobody tried to get at me, choke me, or chase me down to my car in the parking lot. So we're doing pretty good right now.
That's good. Obviously, we had some pretty array of some of the elite teams in the state of Georgia. We had the Blazers, we had the Ice, had Georgia Elite, Southeast Elite, those types of teams. Talk a little bit about some of the players that you saw today playing well.
I guess going from the top, the Blazers definitely Courtney Strange. Every time she throws that thing up, you're putting 2 or 3 on the board in your head thinking it's going in. Wrote about her actually this morning on a blog that we put up. She's just a special talent, great shooter. Put on the floor a little bit. Reminds me of a current Auburn kid, Allie Smalley. Good enough to not be a liability with it in her hands and defensively as well. She played well. I really, really like her younger sister, for the Blazers young team. Leah Strange, 7th grader. She's going to be good. Different kind of player, but good nonetheless. Moving down that list, obviously Georgia Elite's been to all 3 of our events so far this year. They played well as always. The usual suspects for them. Coleman, Carter had a great first half of the championship game today. Really like, Georgia Pistols, Gordon playing under the auspices of Nike Elite this weekend. They look good. Nina Rodrigo looked good. Dominic Wilson looked good. The Hodges kid, Kristen Johnson, their whole mob. Southeast Elite looked good. The Strickland twins out of Dutchtown played well, got up and down. They looked really good. And I just thought it was a good weekend. Sydney Walsh looked great for Southeast Elite, especially after losing Tiffany Mitchell. Walsh did a great job of picking up the bucket load there. It was good. What'd you think, man?
And, obviously you had some of the players you mentioned, but you had some good team play. The Lady Shoes came in. Yep. They played well together, like a good unit. Obviously with Georgia Elite, as much as they've been together and played together, you get to see them and some of the sets and different things they do. The showcase went well as well. Saw some kids in there that might be invited to Fab 5 camp. Look out for that in the July evaluation period. So you saw some kids across the board that maybe Anisha Smith from the Douglasville Lady Tigers. She put up with some good performances today. So you got to see some good individual play across the board, not just with some of the more common known teams, but even some of the teams you call more homegrown teams.
Definitely. I think, touching on the Douglasville subject, like Christina Wells, left-handed guard, 2011, she could play. Obviously, Anisha did a good job as well. Looking at, like you said, the lady shooters team of kids that can all shoot it. Columbia High School came in for the second straight tournament, won their division. The McDonald kid, big 6'4" kid, Keil McDonald. That's a kid to be a Fab 5 camp in July. So, you're absolutely right, man. Some of those different kids that aren't necessarily quote-unquote name brand kids, but are making a name for themselves here at Peach State event. So, that's something we're trying to do. Cheryl Ward today in the showcase really showed out. Chapel Hill High School down in the south side of the city. About 5'3" and just a speedster that can really go. Olivia Up from Lubbock, about 6 feet, plays out on the wings too. Another great player. Definitely want to send our condolences to Taniana Jackson from Lubbock. Broke her femur this weekend. Going to be out for a minute. She's going to recover and do just great. So we definitely want to say hey to her. Thanks to Dan Olson too from Collegiate Girls Basketball for coming out in the gym both days. All the kids getting great love, evaluation, not only from the Jump Off Plus and Rivals and also Scout, for which Keil writes for, but also from Dan. So I think we had all our bases covered this weekend. What'd you think, man?
Well, I thought all that was great. You're talking about Dan Olson getting out there. Dan runs a national scouting service that's highly regarded throughout college ranks, Division I, Division II, Division III, NAIA, even junior college. So the chance for Dan to get his eyes on some Peach State kids. Obviously, some of the work that we've done with some of our other websites. So talk a little bit about Fab 5 Camp. What are some of your plans for that? This is a big event for us.
Fab 5 really, created that a while back. There was some great at the time. There was an All-American camp sponsored by 2 different shoe companies. Now there isn't an All-American camp sponsored by any shoe company. So the goal has kind of changed. We really want to get, obviously great, once again, the quote-unquote name brand players that people already know about, and get the college coaches in and really get everybody hyped. But then it gives the opportunity to showcase some of the kids that we talked about. You know, kids that are making a name for themselves, younger players, kids that are in the hot class 2010, 2011, who have the ability to get it done. Same thing with Junior Fab 5. That's July 6th through the 8th, Kennesaw State University. If you get an invitation, don't go anywhere you were planning on going. Make sure you're here with us. Really, make sure you're here with us, man. We had over 100 schools last year. Shout out to everybody who came out in 08. It's going to be even better this year in 09. So just getting that done. Rising Stars Camp will be Labor Day weekend for all you 2012, 13, and 14. Make sure y'all in the building for that too, man. That's what we're doing right now.
Well, and the one thing I love about the Fab 5 Camp experience is it's not like a typical All-American camp, because you get to get in the morning, get some skill work in, and actually learn something, so you get to leave improving your game and showcasing your game. So that's a great experience. You know, it's obviously July evaluation period, got some team tournaments and things like that.
It's wide open, man. I mean, you know, looking and finishing up on the Fab 5 topic, you know, with the skill development, as a trainer, I got started 7 years ago training kids. I didn't really think about doing events. I started doing those because there were some gaps and somebody needed to fill that, so it might as well be what we're doing, and so that's what we're getting into now. But looking at the team tournaments, we got the summer kickoff there at Kennesaw State, July 6th through the 8th. Best summer tournament right back here at Georgia Tech, July 10th through the 12th, and then summer invitational, 24th through the 26th, to shut it down at 20 before we go down to Augusta for the Elite 24 Summer Jam. Once again, if you get invited to that team tournament 2014, make sure you're there, man. I mean, right down the street from another great event. Every college coach in America needs to be in the building. Every team that gets invited needs to be in the building. What more can we say, man? It's going to be a hot summer, man.
And, you know, the July evaluation period is so crucial for anybody who wants to be recruited and play on any college level. You know, they're starting to cut down the restraints on some of the evaluations, some of the chances for college coaches to see kids. So that July evaluation period is that's the hot time of the year.
Yeah, definitely. I hope they keep, you know, the spring period and the fall period open. Unlike what's happening on the boys' side, you know, everybody, NCAA, WBCA, keep that window open. That's important, I think, especially for those low to mid-majors, to get a lot of quality evals in. Really, it's 6 calendar days. You know, it's not hurting anybody. It's really helping a lot of kids, like some of the ones that we mentioned earlier, make sure they get their name on the map before the big July period. So, like I said, really looking forward to a great July. Keil, I'm excited. You know, we got our man Doc right here behind the camera, man. Thanks, Doc. We appreciate it. It's just going to be a great summer, man. I'm looking forward to it. I know Eric, Vince, Hemingway, Camille, the whole staff, man. Everybody's looking forward to it, man. Once again, thanks to everybody who came out. Special shout out to the entire Elite basketball family as we get ready to roll into July. Our man J.D. Davis, everybody else who stood up for us this weekend and back in April. It's going to be a big time summer, man. 100 degrees every day when we open the doors this summer, man.
Hey, well, that's a wrap for the Peach State Basketball JumpOffPlusToday.com show. You know, hook up with us in July. Even if you're not on a team or something like that, come out and check out an event. There's going to be a lot of good players in the gym. Be aware, you know, we've got some stuff going on on the website. Brandon's going to be covering
PeachStateHoops.com, JumpOffPlus.com,
Skills Academies. I'm going to be down at the AAU Spring Fling for a little while, so keep checking the site. We'll have some content out there for you. As always, any gym is on.